Social communication therapy is appropriate for clients with moderate to severe TBI who are experiencing difficulty with their communication. However, this therapy is only appropriate for those who have relatively intact attention and memory skills. The research on social communication therapy typically uses participants who are 18 to 65, a year into their recovery, and in the chronic stage. However, this therapy does not pose any risk for those outside of those ranges. Social communication interventions typically involve 10 to 12 weeks of structured group curriculum, including the person with the TBI and a close communication partner. Each session focuses on a different component of communication and assesses achievement toward a specific client-centered goal. In the intervention we will demonstrate, there are 12 weeks. The topics are listed here.
There are 4 key components to successful social communication interventions. Often, there are 2 leaders, each coming from different backgrounds, such as social work and speech pathology. There is an emphasis on self-awareness and self-assessment to help set individual goals. These goals are often scaled on a 5-point scale in order to allow the client to view their progress toward the overall goal. The therapy uses a group process to foster interaction and feedback, as well as problem solving, and provides a social support system. This dynamic also enables the participants to generalize skills, as it includes a family member or close friend, and weekly assignments completed in the home or community.
We will demonstrate a social communication therapy involving a 24-year-old girl who suffered a traumatic brain injury and is socially inappropriate through frequent interruptions in conversation. Although the video only shows a single client, this session would take place within an 8-person group, including 3 other TBI patients and their communication partners. Because of this, and for the sake of time, we were unable to show the group problem-solving process, which takes place within the middle of every session. This is when strategies would be designed and practiced.
All right, hi guys. Thanks for coming back for our second session. So last week for homework, I had asked you to go home and write about when you think you were a good communicator and when you think maybe you were being not such a good communicator. So what did you find?
So I did really well communicating. I raised my hand in Spanish class instead of just blurting out the answer. But then the other day, I interrupted my mom during dinner, and then she yelled at me.
Okay, and do you agree with those things?
Yeah, very definitely.
Okay, so today what I would like to do is we're going to review a little bit of Sarah's abilities, what she does well, and maybe a couple of things that you two think that you would like to work on, some goals that we can set to address in therapy. So this week you came back and you told me that you maybe were interrupting a little bit during dinner, which I've also noticed as well. Before session, I noticed that we were talking and we were maybe talking for about 15 minutes or so, and I would say that you probably interrupted me about 4 times. So I would say that that's about your baseline, and I think you would probably agree with that as well. So maybe we could work towards just interrupting 2 times in a 15-minute conversation, then working towards 1 time, and then maybe working towards not at all. So do those sound like okay goals to you guys?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So I think what we should do now is that we're going to do a little bit of a small group practice. So I would kind of like you guys in the group to just talk about what you did over the weekend, and then I would like you to take note of when you think you were a good communicator and maybe when you were interrupting. I would like you to do the same thing, and then after the conversation we're going to come back and review any discrepancies that we found. Okay? So what did you guys think? How'd it go?
Well, I talked to Miguel. He went hiking this weekend, and I really tried to listen to him, and I don't think I interrupted at all.
Okay, how about you?
I noticed that she interrupted him about 3 times. He was trying to tell her a story about how he brought his dog when he went hiking, and she kept talking about when she went hiking.
Okay, so I noticed some differences in what you guys are saying, which is okay. That's something that we're going to practice. So I think that a thing that we should do over the weekend is that you should go home and you should have conversations, just natural conversations throughout the week. And I would like you to write down about how many times you think that you interrupted and about how many times you think that she interrupted, and then kind of compare. So just going through the same process that you went through here today. And I would like you to review those discrepancies again at home. And then next week when you come back for the 3rd session, we can talk about how you can figure out how to rule out those kind of differences that you're having, okay?
Okay.
So do you guys have any questions for me?
I think so.
Okay, so that sounds good.
Sounds good. Well, we'll see you for session 3 next week.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.